not.
Sorry, I didn't mean to crash the game. I pressed the wrong. What's going on? Okay.
Well,
No, I don't know. We'll have to. I'll tell you in a sec. Hold on. First things first. We needed. What do we need? JC,
I don't think we had cattle breeds on.
no, we don't. So
what were you saying that we needed to get?
just buy the black and white ones.
Get physical.
He wanted me to check the garage for something. What was it?
Oh, I'm pretty sure we don't. A square bale wrapper. I don't think we have one of those.
We do.
A square
do?
bale wrapper? We
Yep.
own one.
We own one. I don't know where it is though, but we do own one.
It's in the red barn shed that stores the hay, the loose hay and grass. Where you dumped the barn where you dumped the grass from the lawnmower.
Just a couple cows.
Oh, there?
Yeah, it's sitting to the side of that. It has like a little shed door you can open, and it's inside there, I believe.
All right, I'm running over there.
I just bought a couple.
Okay, that should be fine.
Just a few.
Yeah, I don't want to go. Wait.
I didn't go hog wild. I only bought like 300. No, I don't know how many I bought. I bought 100,000 worth.
You
So
got 38 of them.
That's not that many.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
I mean, based on how much they eat, we're not going to be able to fill them up right now, but we'll get there.
We'll get there. I have on my Lone Oak farm I have 250 or 200, something like that. And it's like all day long, every day. That's all I do is feed the cows.
So now that you have the cows,
Yes.
go into your escape menu, go to the animal menu, and it'll show you what their feeding is like with the Maize Plus.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, they need maize silage, hay, clover grass, windrow, alfalfa.
Oh
What?
Oh, what?
Cover silage, and so hang on, they 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%. Oh.
So they need all four. Each one.
Oh, so you know what, JC, don't wrap that.
Well, they need basic grass or grass silage, so we could wrap some and not wrap some.
Oh, I see. So they need both.
Right, because we
so wrap half.
We don't have any grass or maize silage yet. The maize silage we'll get when we harvest the corn. That's why I said we need to plant corn and get a forage harvester, because you actually need maize silage.
Well, shoot, how are we going to afford a forage harvester now that we bought all them cows?
Well, we can just lease one.
Yeah, we could just,
that whole field of corn we have, we lease one harvester and do that field. We'll have enough maize silage to keep them fed for quite a while.
All right. Not big on leases, but.
I figured we can, and it's also more realistic that way.
Mate cows, mate. Make more cows.
Because realistically, a farm our size would not purchase its own forage harvester. They're just too expensive.
Yeah.
We haven't grown yet.
Right.
We shall expand. It sounds like Farm Sim 21 won't be coming out until like 27, so.
Right. Got plenty of time on this farm.
Especially with COVID, you know. No one's working at all ever. JC, if you would like to wrap some, oh, you got your little baler over here ready to go. Look at that.
Yeah, I am. I'm wrapping.
Yo.
Word to your mom.
Word to your mother. Is that Vanilla Ice? The word to your mother.
Yep.
Wow, this is very unevenly turning these into. It's missing about half of the grass.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Must be the hill or something. Very weird. Shoop, doopa, doop. Like it's missing all of this. What the heck?
Is that salt and pepper?
Yeah.
I really like the way this alfalfa looks.
I don't like the way it Ted's. I'm sorry, I'm just being. I never had a premium.
It's gotta be the way. Oh, that's why.
Why? Server lag?
It's the tether you have.
Do we need a different
Why, what's
tether?
wrong? What's wrong with the tether he has?
I've always had problems with those 3-point tethers for some reason. But like sometimes on a hill like this, because of the way it attaches behind the tractor, it doesn't like to get everything.
No, what's weird is going the other way. It's fine. We'll just have to do it like real life, where you actually have to drive across it more than once.
Right.
Notice how I didn't add a T on the end of my word across.
You know what? Did they update Maze Plus? They were talking about updating Maze Plus where you actually had to go over it multiple times
Oh, that could well be.
to make it more realistic.
Well, I didn't have to update Maze Plus when we started, so.
Maybe it was a previous update. I don't know. I've been hearing it for a while, but I haven't paid attention.
Well, I've had to do the entire thing twice, so and it worked out good. Like when I got back and done. When I got back and done it again, it all worked.
Maybe they did add that in.
They must have added them in because it's work. It sucks.
Is it doing the same? Is it doing the
Yeah.
same there?
Yeah.
Interesting. So we have to make 2 passes. Interesting.
2 past heading. I'm all about it. I'm all up in there. I just realized I didn't release a video today. Gosh darn it. You had one job.
So, and then, if anyone's wondering, in the animal filter where it says maize silage, grass silage, and then whole crop silage, the maize silage is obviously corn, and then grass silage, grass, and the whole crop that's what you get if you did the mowing cutter header on the forage harvester.
Oh, so we need to do that too, or do we don't need to do it?
No, we don't.
As long as you have one of those 3, you're good.
One of those 3, yeah.
Ah, so whole cropping silage. We're gonna feed our cows some soybean.
Right. So if we wanted to, we could do that, but that's actually the worst way to feed them because it's the most ineffective.
Yeah, it's inefficient.
The most efficient is the maize silage because you get so much from corn.
Look at your cute little mower.
Doing work.
I do like it. I wish it was a little higher detail looking, but I really like that mower.
Say don't get too close to it when it's dirty. It looks even worse.
Yeah, I know. I saw the pictures of it. They were showing it off like this is what looks like dirty. It looks terrible.
Like the mower is just in little square patches of dirt. It's so weird.
JC,
don't worry. As I'm done mowing, I'll go wash it.
JC, do you have COVID?
No, why?
I hear lots of sniffing going on.
I got a runny nose.
COVID.
I was actually tested.
COVID.
I was actually tested 2 weeks ago, and I was negative.
Oh, okay.
That's why he has the stuffy. That's why his nose is like the way it is from the test.
From the test.
From them shoving there.
Edit.
No, the actual the Q-tippy thing that they used, it was actually like it was like a little smaller than an eyebrow brush.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. It wasn't those big old cotton swabs that you see. In,
Okay,
like,
that's
the
what I
movies
was
or
thinking. It was
whatever.
because I'm like,
Yeah.
if they ever have to do that to me, I might be like,
Yeah.
okay, do you have the defib ready? Because I will go into, I'm going to have a heart attack when you shove that into my nose.
Yeah, mine was the big old cotton swabs, and they did both nostrils. Ugh.
I don't do those kind of things up my nose very well.
Yeah, no, they hit me. Like I said, it was like a really really small
Oh.
pipe cleaner. That's how the bristles felt, like a really soft pipe cleaner, and it was like just like a
So bad.
like I said, eyelash brush. It wasn't bad at all.
Oh,
And they told me they told me it would take 72 hours to get the results, but I knew like within a day.
how much did it cost?
It was free. I had to get it done because I was having a procedure at the hospital, and they wanted to make sure you were negative before you had the procedure.
Oh,
So I had to
okay.
go. I had to go down there on a Wednesday, and then I had to quarantine after that for 5 days because my procedure wasn't until the Monday after.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you get to claim that on your PUA?
Am I what?
PUA.
No. No, we're still working from home, so.
Oh, I haven't been able to do that for like almost 3 months. Early on in the summer, I was able to get some of it.
Mm-hmm.
I still have $8,000 left on my claim, but I don't think I'm going to be able to collect anymore unless I don't know. Like, so I have to self quarantine when I go to England. The only reason I can't come back home is because we have to quarantine for 2 weeks. And I'm going there because I have to for a court case. Does that mean I can collect PUA? Because otherwise I'd be back home. But because of COVID, I can't work. Everyone's in stunned silence. Like, what do you think about that?
Oh, I don't know.
Like, that's a tough one. The only reason I'm not coming back the same week is because of quarantine, because of COVID. And when I come back home, I'm going to have to quarantine for 2 more weeks, which means I can't work for another 2 weeks. So,
Is it quarantine or is it wink wink quarantine wink wink?
We'll just leave that alone.
Okay. All right.
Because legally, technically, I am supposed. You're supposed. If you've been traveling out of the country, you're supposed to quarantine for 2 weeks, right?
No. I get it.
So
it's like one of the candidates saying he won't answer a question until after he's elected. I got it.
that's right.
I can't promise I won't cheat on you, honey. You have to marry me to find out.
Oh. No, but in all seriousness, I do try to quarantine as best I can. Like Chris and Julie, the wedding couple, I went to England this summer, and I wasn't thinking about it. I was just like, oh yeah, I'm back, I'm fine, nothing going on. And they're like, you can't do the wedding this weekend, and I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, you have to quarantine for 2 weeks. I was like, oh.
Oh wow.
So. So yeah, I think most companies, it's self quarantine. What does that mean? It means you don't see anybody else, right? Yeah, but I don't.
Right.
I don't know. I probably will see my children.
I say it's supposed to mean don't leave your house.
Yeah, and so if I technically follow the rules and I actually don't leave my house, am I then have the right to collect PUA?
Sure.
Right. I would think.
Yeah. So.
2 weeks, you should be able to.
For 5 weeks, 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
4 of the 5. One of the weeks was a planned week.
What I find hilarious is they have you self quarantine, but they don't test you to make sure you don't actually have it.
Right.
They don't. So like you can go the 2 weeks, but if it actually if you caught it somehow on your flight back, but it takes a little while for it to actually start showing up in your system. But then you quarantine for 2 weeks, but you're still contagious after the 2 weeks. They don't make you test before you come back, and you can still pass them on.
Yeah, that's a good point and weird.
It's only like 10 days in your body. You have it.
When he goes to and from UK, he has to quarantine for 2 weeks before going and after going, and when he comes back.
COVID life cycle is only about 10 to 14 days in your body, unless you get badly sick.
Okay.
That's probably why it's 2 weeks.
Because of the flights.
Within 3 to 5 days, you'll know if you have it. You'll be sick.
I think they've said only one person has actually gotten sick from a flight.
Well, that's why mine was originally 2 weeks, and then it got 2 weeks after I got out of the hospital.
You got it back in the day where they didn't know as much as they do now.
Back in the early COVID days.
Yeah,
right.
Very early on.
All
right,
yeah,
where are we parking this mower?
Wherever you want.
There's room on the inside where the bale wrapper was.
I'm just gonna put it in the big barn where we put the harvester.
Okay, good enough.
Throw it in the back corner of this barn here. Like Michigan hadn't even shut down when I went to the hospital, had we? It shut down like during while I was
Yeah, you were sick like the first week, man.
like as soon as it was all starting.
Let's get this out of the way.
Because I was the first person to leave my work, and then after I went to the hospital getting sick and had officially got my layoff, they shortly after that started laying off some other people because we started getting.
I think IROC was the only other one. IROC had it real early too. I remember he got it like maybe a week after you did.
Yeah, school had shut down. They did it early.
I can only think that I must have had it. I can't imagine not. I've caught everything else this summer. I had shingles. I had that really weird intestinal thing.
I
like,
put $100 on me having it last December.
wait,
when I had this cold that wouldn't go away.
Yeah, I think that's probably what we had too in England when I was in England.
Oh yeah, because as Andy Cuomo said, it's not the China virus; it's the European virus.
Right. It's the
Okay.
yeah.
You're doing that.
He's so bright.
How's it the European virus?
Because the major strain that hit the U.S. was from Europe.
Oh.
And the one that killed like 35,000 of New Yorkers because he sent like most of them he sent old people back to nursing homes.
Yep.
That whole thing is crazy.
Just like your governor, Stormtrooper Whitmer.
Yep.
Yep.
Sent all the COVID patients to nursing homes.
Yeah.
That whole thing is crazy. And the fact that they're all denying it now, like, oh no, we didn't do that. It's like, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the memos when they came out. And people were like, what are you doing? And now they're backtracking totally. Yeah, Cuomo wrote a book or something like, I didn't do that.
Yeah, it was like you remember back in the day when OJ had his book and it was called If You Did It. That's like this book.
Right.
Or like the title of OJ's book was If I Did It. It's exactly the same thing.
I feel like Hillary writing a book about if I did delete the emails.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have one grass bale over here on this field.
Yeah, this whole thing has been interesting, but I don't I hope at some point it's over. We don't have to keep doing these stupid masks.
Oh,
and
it's gonna be over real soon.
I don't know.
I don't know. Roughly 3 weeks, you think?
You think after the election? Maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of worried that they're going to try to push it for another year.
Well, to be perfect,
Probably depending on the governor of your state.
Yeah. Well, this is Ohio, so it could go on for another 6 years as far as he's
a
concerned.
lot of it's gonna depend on who wins, I think, too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really worried. Like, I feel like because they've been the ones doing the shutdowns, like, if we get a bit of a spike in COVID cases in the U.S. again, and Biden wins the election, the entire United States, all in unison, will be shut down completely.
It's interesting because the WHO, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know who the authority is on this, but a WHO was like, we are not recommending permanent shutdowns. This is not going to.
Right.
They were like, in fact, they kind of came out and said the same thing that I was saying even back when I was still twitching. Like, if you shut everything down for an indeterminate amount of time till like hoping that nobody will ever get sick again, people are going to start dying of starvation because these governments and stuff are going under. Businesses are going out of business. People are losing their jobs, and no one's going to have food. So, which is worse, the famine that's going to be caused by complete economical shutdown, or people getting sick? It's a hard one because you don't want to suggest that you let people get sick,
Right.
Because there are people that are susceptible, and they are, probably going to die from it, and that's horrible. But
It's time for universal basic income.
oh God.
Oh God.
But anyway,
Hey,
it's
that's the answer. That's
Right?
the answer.
man,
Oh, that's their answer.
that's gonna be hard because it's like I get both sides of that. It's just I don't think that's the right way to do it. And the fact that even the World Health Organization is coming out and saying, look, like, you can't do this. Like, this is bad.
Right, because as many people as you lose during a pandemic like COVID, you can lose even more if the economy gets hurt bad enough.
Right, because people are going to start starving to death.
Right. There's like, look at California, how long they've been shut down. Their number of homeless people and deaths is just going up.
Yeah.
Well, and the other unintended consequences, people that never went to the hospital for things, the depression and suicide numbers that have gone up.
Yeah.
Cancer screenings missed.
Well, and with the
like
fear they spread with the COVID too, like there's been some reports out like so many people dying of other stuff because they're afraid, they're so afraid to get COVID, they're not even going to the hospitals to get their other stuff taken care of.
Right. There has to be a point where we have to buck up and say, look, we've got, our system is ready to handle it now.
Right, like COVID.
I think what they're trying to wait for probably is the antidote, or not the antidote, but the vaccine. Trying to wait that till that comes along.
I love all the people that have been saying with that, like, oh, COVID update. The way 2020 is going, COVID. They're gonna have a COVID antidote, and that's how the zombie apocalypse starts. I'm like, well, I mean, what?
I'm gonna ask.
Oh, okay.
Zombie apocalypse. How are we going to handle that one?
So as FDR once said, there's nothing to fear except COVID.
So yeah, I'm not. Once again, I don't claim to be an expert on it or something. I don't know. I mean,
living by.
I know everyone's trying to do the best they can, and I get the mask thing, and I'm wearing my mask when I go out, but I don't. Like I said, I've been wearing a mask all summer, and I've gotten sick like 4 or 5 times. It's not helping. I Purell my hands every time I get in the car. I Purell off my steering wheel. I Purell off the screen of my phone.
But
I still get sick.
I don't remember. Does Alexa play a song that you think about me or something like that?
Think about me.
There's my wife's trying to play with our Alexa because there was I can't say it on screen or while he's recording. So
Copy that.
I'll just if I can find it later, I'll just. It was pretty funny. It's just not PG rated.
Took me back. Oh no. Oh shucks.
Bless you.
Yes.
Did you hiccup?
Those are too big.
Me? No.
It sounded like you were like.
No, I got myself in a precarious position.
With the baler or in real life?
No, with the baler.
I'm just really happy that at work they don't make me wear a mask.
It depends on where I go. A lot of these construction guys, when I go to the construction sites, they're like, dude, you don't got to wear that. Take it off. Like, don't worry about it. None of us are wearing them. Yeah. And I'm kind of like, I don't want to get it.
Most of the mechanic shops that I go to, they're not wearing them, so I don't worry about it.
But retail places or people that are selling their homes, I always wear them there. But even them, they're starting to be like, dude, no, don't worry about you. You can keep your shoes on. And you don't have to take your, put a mask on. Just take it off. Like they don't. No, I think people are over it at this point. Obviously, if you go into a hospital or somewhere where there's people that are sick that are going to be susceptible, then absolutely. But
you still have to wear them in stores. But even when I go to the store, like I was not too long ago. I went to the store with my wife because I wanted to get out and go out for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I put the mask on, but as soon as I was in an aisle by myself, I pulled it down at least over my nose. I literally can't breathe.
Oh, I know. I do the same thing. As I walk around a bit and then I pull it down and then put it back on again. I'm not looking forward to being at the airport all day. Like on the airplane, it's not that bad because you're moving and you're sitting. But when you're trying to carry luggage and stuff, like through these like 10-mile long airports and rushing to get to a flight, it's like.
Well, it's like I love Disney as much as anyone else, but I don't know how these people are going there in 90-degree heat wearing a mask, walking around all day. I would die.
Wait, they have to wear them when they're outside too?
Yeah, inside and outside. The only time they can take them off is when they're sitting down eating.
Even at these weddings that I've been to, people they don't care. They take them off.
Any private function I've been to with my family, like, and that's the funny thing is, like, I always argued with the start of this, is I'm like, if this is so important, like wearing a mask is all about, safety and importance and caring for people around you, like, why aren't people with their own families wearing them? Like any family gathering, like when I went to my brother's open house, all of us were together talking and having a good time. None of us wore masks.
Yeah, nobody wears them. That's what I'm saying. Like, I've been to about 20 weddings this year. There was not a single wedding where people they put their masks on at the start. By the end of the wedding, everybody's got their mask. Right. Even grandma, she's dancing around with no mask on. I mean, it's like there's no.
It's uncomfortable.
Right, and it's not. I don't know. I think people.
I just want to know if masks are effective. Why do we never wear them for flu seasons?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they are. I think they are somewhat effective. I'm not. Well, I'm not told. I mean, I know that there's a reason why people wear them, and they do somewhat work. They help. Right. But they don't prevent. They're just, it's like, I can't go with the analogy I was about to give, but they work like 80% of the time.
With most viruses and like stuff like the flu, you don't actually want to keep yourself from getting the flu.
Well, the other thing is that we had the opposite problem, is that we have people that are getting sick because they've had their mask on too much.
Right.
And they don't wash them.
Yeah, and they're getting Legionnaire's disease, so. I've got a friend that's a nurse that was like, we are actually having an unprecedented amount of Legionnaire's disease because people they're not taking their masks off and they need to be.
No.
Hey, bring that baler over here, JC. I'm going to clean that thing off before you put it away.
At some point, you need to breathe fresh oxygen.
Or never mind, I'll get it.
You're breathing in.
Yeah. Yep. Can you bring that over, Tay? I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to clean that whole kit up.
Oh yeah, I gotta clean it.
That was Tayloa, by the way.
Sorry.
Whoa. Sorry, JC.
All right.
So do we need to wrap those other bales? I have to put a disclaimer in here. The views expressed by this panel are not those of doctors or political professionals. We are just a bunch of hairy guys that like to sit around and play video games.
Right. We're just talking to... I love the guy who modded this John Deere baler.
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
The back of this, where it has like the lines, the wear lines for where the bales come out, like that looks so realistic.
Oh, really?
There. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So,
let's fix it up though. I wish it wouldn't. I wish the paint looked better though. Like I see a lot of really used balers in the field because obviously I live in the country and none of them have paint chipped off of them like that.
No, not really. Because you're only going to get paint chips if you scratch it.
Right.
Like if you're not kicking stuff up and scratching it in those, like in some of these spots, like how would you do that?
Let's go ahead and fix these up.
They should just do it like right around the wheel well.
Yeah, or like where the tines are, right, where it's actually touching the dirt.
Tine, but not like all over the whole. But, oh well.
Sorry.
That's the one thing I do like that they added with seasons is that you can fix it without repainting it, so you can actually keep it looking used.
Oh,
yes.
Right.
Yes, I like that.
I like that because I do like some of these models, even with the paint chips, I'm okay with it. I like the way it looks used. Well, it's like on my.
Oh, we don't have shizzle sticks. We don't have Workshop Tabber, do we?
No.
We don't?
Nope. I don't think so.
You said Hang on, let's see. I thought we did, but
that's like
We
on
should.
my
It's very useful.
on my new Woodshire farm that I'm doing. Like I'm doing smaller, older tractors. Like my farm all that I've got, my old farm all, I don't ever wash the thing or fix it up because I like keeping it looking old because it should look
I
old.
like keeping it beat down.
It looks better with the dirt on it than when it does clean, in my opinion.
Ta ta da. Whoops, wrong way.
I mean, when is the last time you went to a small farm with older equipment where they actually had everything all pristine and cleaned up?
Yeah, true. It's usually pretty covered in dust. Usually it's not. It's not usually like dirty, like muddy. It's usually covered in dust.
Right. Especially like the equipment, they just kind of park it away. A lot of it, they'll
Yep.
wash their tractors and stuff, but they don't really wash the equipment.
Speaking of which, does anyone know why our harvester is no longer at the farm? It's like off in the field somewhere.
JC was probably doing it.
Probably somebody doing contracts.
Should I leave it there?
Yep.
All right.
I think we got 2 active contracts right now.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. All right, what else do we need to do? We've got those baled. You are collecting right now. Did you wrap a bunch of them already?
I've wrapped about 30 of them.
Are you feeding them to the cows, or where are they going?
Yeah. I've put two trailer loads in the cows.
Okay. Oh, look at that. And that was grass silage that you put in, right?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay. They have 0% productivity. Excellent. I'm going to go get water for those cows. I need to get the semi.
Okay.
I'll leave the trailer here, JC, for your mission thing.
Okay.
But I'm taking the tractor.
Maybe we should have bought a small water trailer. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm wondering if we should
Regrets?
Get the smaller one that you can just
Regrets.
haul around with the little side by side, and then keep the big semi trailer just for the milk.
It's
We're
all
gonna
right.
get a lot of milk though.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna get a lot of milk though?
I mean, we got 38 cows. We'll get a decent amount of milk. Yeah.
Okay.
At least once a week, we'll be dumping off a full trailer load.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Sounds good, guys.
All right, I'm gonna grab this alfalfa hay and do that for the cows.
Alpha, as my wife calls it, alfalfa.
Alfalfa.
Because she's never heard of alfalfa before. They call it lucerne.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
She's like, what's alfalfa? I'm like, you mean alfalfa?
Alfalfa.
Nice.
Nice.
We also have straw bales too, or corn stalk bales.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Feed them.
We do still have those. Yep, those are what they use for the bedding instead of straw.